Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Hunt intel. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you an excellent exotic farm glitch and the method to the madness that you're seeing in front of you. This is for the Legendary Lost Sector Exodus Garden 2A in the newly reformed Cosmodrome. And this will make this entire Lost Sector very simple. I'm going to get to all the information regarding this glitch in just 1 second, but first I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below, as well as a link to my Discord channel if you're looking for any help in any of the activities that we discuss. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags, they stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. We're doing a Destiny Beyond Light Deluxe Season Pass giveaway. If you don't already have that, something equivalent. Or if you do already have that, something equivalent. Okay, so like I said, this is for the Exodus Garden 2A Lost Sector, and we're doing this at 1280 solo for this particular run. This is probably easier done at 1250, though I'm not sure if drops are the same or uniform across the different levels. But in any case, you can utilize the two glitches that we're going to be showing you in both scenarios, the 1250 or the 1280. So to start off, you'll enter and take out that first servitor. I would suggest bringing a void sword. Swords are going to really come in handy. A falling guillotine, very, very helpful during this whole portion of this particular Lost Sector. Then we're going to make our way out of the map onto this section. This is simply done by jumping up onto that top little tunnel and or pipe and then moving over to that right corner, and there's a very easy gap in the wall that you can slip through. Head around, and then you'll find an invisible wall that actually drops you over and gives you a bird's eye view of all the ads in the next section. If you're rocking stasis, which I would suggest because it helps with the unstoppable champions, or excuse me, the overload champions, throw one of the grenades right in the middle, and that will freeze almost all the enemies or ads in that section before the barrier champion spawns in. You don't want them there. All those vandals will really pick at you if you're trying to do this and you're not prepared. More so than the actual champion will. So I would suggest taking them all out first. Ariana's Vow was what I was using, as well as a weapon that created Warmind cells because they came in handy. I was using an auto rifle to take out the overload champions. And then again, simply throw the grenade after stunning them, and then you can move in and it'll continually stun the grenade so long as they're in that dome of stasis. You can jump back up into this section as many times as you need. There's an invisible wall. You can actually make your way there from the opposite side, but that's not as good when you're first coming into this section, as the ads will start shooting at you as you're trying to make the jump. So simply make the jump in before you come around that corner, and then you can use this spot to take out this whole section and make it all a lot easier. That first grenade is really going to be the one that's the most helpful, as all the ads will get sucked into it, and then once they're frozen, you can use one shot of Ariana's Vow to take them all out at once. You can also use that spot to take out all the ads down this one particular hallway. And while you're up there, the overload champion will actually be drawn to you, so you can actually set up and pre-aim that top corner while he's right beneath you, while he won't shoot at you. You basically kind of freak him out a little bit. He doesn't know exactly where you are, so he just sort of comes right in rather than stay in this section where you might end up fighting this overload champion as well. So you can essentially do one at a time. It helps a lot in that case. For this one, you're just going to have to kind of rush him a little bit, stun him, and then throw the stasis grenade to keep him stunned, go in and finish them off with a sword. Like I said, falling guillotine is really going to be essential for this. Make sure you don't get taken out by the random spawning enemies, or the RSEs as I like to call them, random spawning enemies. That seems to happen quite a bit once you get up into these 1280 legendary lost sectors. I don't know if it happens as much in the 1250s, but it certainly was happening to me quite a bit in this one. Now, these are actually, I would say, completely randomly spawned enemies. I don't know if that's a added difficulty that we don't know about when talking about these. Maybe it was a product of doing that glitch in the previous room, but in either case, there was always some exploding shanks that would somehow just magically spawn around me. So just keep look out for them. But you won't normally have to deal with too many of them. You might get one sort of haphazard death to it, but for the most case, you'll be fairly protected. Hang out up on top of that one corner or around this side to make sure you don't get aggroed by too many of the enemies, including the, I think it's a void servitor that's actually on the back end, which you'll need to kill, of course, to progress through this next section. So that helps, and you can use your super here because you will regain it by the time you're done with this section, as there is not only just a barrier and the void servitor, but there's also another overload champion in this area. So I would just use your super, if you have it at that point, to take out all the vandals, because there's going to be several adds of vandals. And then you can actually hide underneath this room that I'm currently standing on top of, that sort of corner building. There's actually a room in there that has a corner that you can sort of get into, where the adds, again, will sort of file in one at a time. And the barrier champion will actually stop right outside of it, and you can actually shoot the barrier champion through the door without him hitting you. So this is a good way to take out that particular champion, as that's going to be the one that will stop you from being able to take out not just the servitor, but also the other overload champion in this section, as he will shield that overload champion. The barrier champion will shield the overload champion. So you need to take out the overload champion first, or excuse me, you need to take out the barrier champion first before you move to the overload. Use Ariana's Vow. That's going to be the absolute best weapon to use. I'm sure there's a better meta for really, really god tier players, but for me, and I would think the general populace, Ariana's Vow, if you have it, and it is available from the vendor in the tower, the exotic kiosk now, is probably going to be the best bet, as it adds both range, sort of a one-shot hit ability like a sniper. It essentially is sort of a slightly weaker sniper, but it does so many good things in terms of being able to double for just general trash ad damage at a distance, as well as take out the barrier champions. So you can see I'm working on the barrier champion now. 4 critical shots with Ariana's Vow on a barrier champion will do damage, trigger the shield, and then be able to take down the shield. So if you miss a shot, I think it's 3 body shots will take down the shield on a barrier champion with Ariana's, but if you hit 2 criticals, you can bring it down in 2. I was just stunning the barrier champion there so I could make my way around and just take out the servitor quick, because if all 3 of these particular adds get stuck in the back together, it's really going to make a hard time. So as you can see, I ran in here now, and I'm sort of standing on this one little box that's in the back right corner. I don't know what this does exactly to the adds, but they seem to just sort of file in to this one particular spot, and they don't move even though I shoot them, and they actually can't hit me there. So I just stunned them, head out really quick before the overload champion has a chance to react, take out that barrier. And now it's just me and the overload, who is fairly easy on his own. I would stun him and then throw the grenade at him before I actually move in and do damage, just because he will come out of it, and though you probably will be able to take him out with 1 round with some sword damage, there is a chance that maybe your sword misses on a shot, which happens to me often, where I'll get lunged slightly away from the enemy on one of those hits, and they have a chance to actually get their abilities back and start warping again. So now, as you can see, this is where things are really going to get interesting. This is the final room. Now, to loot the final chest, which is all you really need to actually get a chance at the exotics that drop from all these legendary lost sectors. You don't need to actually defeat all the enemies. You just need to defeat the boss, and the chest is lootable. So though you can defeat all the enemies from the method that I'm going to be sharing with you, it's not necessary. And that makes it quite a bit easier because in this particular glitch, you can just attack the boss as you saw in the clip in front. So I wait for my super to come back here because we are going to have to make a jump, and I do want to just take a little extra damage. This jump is very doable on multiple different subclasses. It's probably not actually as easy on a Titan. If you're on a Hunter, you're going to need Stompies. A Warlock will probably be able to do it several different ways if you use Heat Rising. But just make your way through this one little crack in the fence up top, and you're essentially out of the map. Now you will drop into this section, which is kind of a pit. You have to be a little bit good at the jumping to make your way out of here. But if you follow the path that I just showed you, you should be fairly easy, especially since you'll have a sword with you. That first little jump, you might need a sword just to push yourself up against the wall, just to hook yourself enough to be able to jump, reverse, and back onto that one little pipe that was sticking out of the wall as you saw me do. But don't worry about falling in the pit, because getting out of the map while not taking enough damage to die before you get out is really the one difficult part of this. Because once you're out of the map, as you can see, you can shoot through walls here. You can just do damage to the boss. All the enemies will continue to fire at that one spot that you actually glitched out of. You can get them to aggro to you if you stand in certain places, so you don't have to just do body shots to the boss. You can actually do critical shots. But in either case, nothing can hit you back here. You can actually completely circulate the map. You can go, entirely around the map to all the different places. You can circle the map. You won't be able to get out of the map in any other place other than what I showed you, but you can go all around and shoot the boss from almost anywhere, because I don't understand how this invisible wall works, but they can't hit you, yet you can shoot them with any weapon. The only thing that doesn't work seems to be grenades. So if you bring Ariana's Vow, you'll be able to do a ton of critical damage, and you can even take out the barrier champions if you want, but that's up to you. Because I would suggest just doing damage with your normal weapon. Use the Ariana's Vow for when the shields come up, and then do damage with the Ariana's. But as you can see, everything, you can even get critical shots back here. Everything is able to take damage. And it's fairly easy to get back in once you have the chest spawn. You can wait for your super to come back again, but just go back in the same route I showed you. So hopefully you found this information very helpful today. I couldn't believe I found this when I did. There actually is a way, if you're doing this Lost Sector normally. I don't know if there is a way in the Legendary Lost Sector, but there is a way, if you're doing this Lost Sector normally, to actually bypass the entire Lost Sector and just get straight to the boss. And the boss will actually spawn into the room. You'll come out from outside the map directly behind where I am right now, and you can actually kill the boss. Unfortunately, even though you get the boss kill, you do not get the chest to spawn. The chest will not be lootable. There's several different places around this map, though, that you can go and hide and do damage. As you saw, there was a little ledge up top. I've climbed around a little bit, but nothing seems to be so useful as just getting to this spot, getting around that corner, and just shooting the boss. So you can see the boss is dead. I'm going to make a beeline for the chest here. Loot it really quick. I'll die at the chest, but that doesn't matter. You get the loot anyway. This might be a great way to get some extra Essence of Dawning if you'd like. As well as exotics and legendary weapons. Probably the easiest, or at least the best glitch for a boss fight that I've found so far when talking about the Legendary Lost Sectors. And thank you all for watching all the way till the end of the video. For the secret hashtag, you can leave in the comments section for today's video to be entered into that giveaway at 50,000 subscribers. Leave a hashtag Legendary Lost Sector, or a hashtag Beyond Light, or a hashtag Season of the Hunt. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you in the next video. Little